Alright everybody, this is gonna be my Minecraft movie review, or I guess I should say a Minecraft movie review. This movie is directed by Jared Hess. It's just over an hour and a half long. It stars Jack Black and Jason Momoa. It's a pretty controversial movie, I would say. Critics don't really like it, but the fans of the game seem to really like it, and the moviegoers. And it's performing really well. It had the biggest opening weekend of all time for a video game movie, beating the Mario Brothers movie. And it's projected to earn between $260 to $300 million in its opening weekend, so a lot of people are going to see this. But now onto the actual review. We're going to do positives, then negatives, then I'll give you guys my rating out of 10, so let's go ahead and get started. My first positive, and one of my only positives, is the VFX. I think the VFX is top-notch. It looks really good. There is a lot of gorgeous animation in this movie, and it kind of makes me wish that the Minecraft movie was fully animated. Because the problem that I have is, like, the VFX looks fantastic, but we have green screen after green screen because obviously Jack Black is not in the real Minecraft world, so it's very noticeable. In some scenes, it takes you right out of the movie because of how noticeable it is. Like, it is just right in your face. You can tell they're on a soundstage. But everything around them looks gorgeous because whoever did the VFX for this movie did a fantastic job. I would also say some of the comedy worked, like maybe 50% of it worked for me. And it's that really dry style of humor that Jared Hess is known for. He was the director of movies like Nacho Libre and Napoleon Dynamite, so if you have seen those movies, you can kind of guess what the comedy is like in this film. And I think it kind of works. Like, I think you could have went a little bit more traditional comedy with a movie like this and not the dry humor route, especially because a lot of people watching this are going to be younger viewers. But yeah, essentially that is it for me. The VFX was good, some of the comedy was good, some of the performances were alright, but they weren't super fleshed out, and a lot of people didn't have a lot of screen time. Now on to the negatives, because there is a lot. First, obviously, I'm going to talk about the green screen thing, because like I said earlier, it is very noticeable. It brings you right out of the movie. There is way too many plot lines going on. We've got Jennifer Coolidge having a romance side story, then we've got Jason Momoa's character, we've got Jack Black Steve, we've got, I believe his name's Henry, and his sister, and then we've got the real estate agent. Like, there's just too many people. And the movie doesn't really make one of them the main character either, so we're basically spending, like, equal amounts of time with all of them, maybe besides the real estate agent, and the movie just doesn't feel like it has a main character. It just has a whole bunch of people in it just doing random things. And they're doing random things because the story is very basic. It's very bare bones. It's literally just the evil pigs want to take over the Minecraft world, and that's it. There's a little side, story about creativity, but they don't really hammer it home the way that something like the Lego movie did. They briefly talk about it at the beginning and closer to the end. That's another thing I didn't like. The beginning was like a huge exposition dump for like 10 minutes from Steve. And honestly, that 10 minutes sounded like a more interesting story than the movie we actually got in this film. Now we gotta talk about the songs because, oh my god, there is like 3 or 4 songs in this movie. They're all terrible. It seems like none of it was even written down. It was almost like Jared Hess, the director, just looked at Jack Black while they're filming a scene and they're like, Jack, just make a quick song. And Jack Black, doing as Jack Black does, just started saying random words in a tune, and they kept it in the final cut, and I have no idea why. There is one song that Jack Black sings. Now, I don't know if this is like related to a meme in the game because I've never actually played Minecraft. I didn't grow up with that generation. I was more like Halo and Call of Duty. But anyways, there's a song. Jack Black's talking about lava and chicken, and he's like, chicken, lava, lava, chicken, chicken, lava. And I'm like, what the hell's going on right now? And there's like 2 other songs in this movie that is essentially the same thing with different words, and I couldn't believe it. As a younger viewer, obviously, you're going to watch that, you're going to think it's catchy and funny and all that, but as an adult, I'm like, what is going on? And my other negative, I would say, is that Jack Black is not really playing a character. He's essentially just being himself on set, which I know a lot of people have pointed out in their reviews, but it's 100% accurate. It is literally just Jack Black wearing a blue shirt on set with Minecraft stuff around him. There is like no actual acting as a character at all in this movie. It's literally just Jack Black having a good time and getting a good payday for essentially being himself. Which good for him, you know, he's got a very, very bombastic personality and it's obviously paying off. Now, for the other characters, you know, I think Jason Momoa tries, but like his character is very one dimensional. He's essentially just, this is, you know, big time gamer from the 80s or whatever, and he's kind of a bum right now, trying to figure out what he's gonna do. He's trying to go to the Minecraft world and steal like gold. But he didn't really have a huge arc either. Like, all the characters in this movie don't have major arcs. And that's the problem with the story. It's just, you know, you get all these characters, you throw them in, stuff happens, and then the movie ends. Now, another negative I had was the song choices. There is some pretty fun scenes, you know, like some action scenes and stuff in this movie, and the song choices just were not it. You've got like upbeat pop music and it just doesn't fit with the scene. I think the one scene that I'm remembering right now, it was like Steve fighting some bad guys, maybe some creepers or something. I can't really remember the scene vividly, but I remember the song choice. I was like, what is going on? So guys, that is it. I know I said a lot of negatives, but honestly, like, just being objective, this is not a good movie, but I understand why people are going to enjoy it. You know, little kids that played the game and everything. I think it's entertaining enough for people like that, like kids and maybe some adults as well, to have a good time. But me personally, I just didn't like it. I don't have a lot of, you know, nostalgia to the Minecraft brand or anything like that. So I just went in wanting to watch a good movie, and unfortunately, I don't think it was a good one. So with that being said, I'm going to give a Minecraft movie a 3 out of 10. I definitely think it's below average. I understand why it's performing really well at the worldwide box office. You know, like little kids I think are going to really like this. Some of those songs I was complaining about, like the Lava Chicken song, I think kids are going to like. But for anyone that's not a kid, I think you're going to have struggle watching this movie. So guys, if you have watched the Minecraft movie, let me know down below in the comments what you thought and what would you give it out of 10. Although I personally didn't like the movie, I totally can understand why people do. You know, I think it's entertaining enough for a lot of individuals. And I think this movie's gonna hit 1 billion, which is crazy because it's been getting some mixed reviews. Like, some people really like it, and a lot of people don't like it, like myself. But this thing is on track to hit 1 billion, and I think it will. Just the Minecraft name alone, you know, it was already gonna make at least 500-600 million, but I really think this is gonna overperform and really exceed a lot of people's box office expectations. But anyways, that's it for my review of a Minecraft movie. I would recommend to check it out if you're someone that has played the games, you have nostalgia towards the IP. If you're someone like myself that hasn't really played the games, doesn't really care about the IP, then I would say just wait to watch it on streaming.